You cannot be like, sorry, I wasn't feeling well. Sorry, I didn't mean it. I was just very messed up. My girlfriend went missing. No, Tamlin. You can't just kill people. This is where I draw the line.
You're listening to Getting Fae'd. We,
Meike,
Lea,
and Lukas are reading A Court of Wings and Ruin for the very first time. And today we're covering chapters 6 and 7. Get Fae'd with us!
Woo!
I have a great opening. Wait. Hello.
Hi.
That was my opening.
Wow.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
I'm good. I have to tell you something, guys.
Oh.
I
What?
didn't bring many thoughts today.
That's okay.
I rather brought questions. Many questions. But not of understanding, but more of wondering. That sounded way deeper than they actually are.
You mean questions of maybe philosophical nature?
No.
Just wondering.
Just what's 2 plus 2?
Mostly why, who, what. The classic W question.
Yeah, why
Okay.
is what drives me a lot too. Just why? Why?
Yeah, I gathered that you did not particularly enjoy these chapters, Meike.
No. Like, I do not dislike them. They did not bring me joy.
You're not hyped.
No, I think I left book 2 with a lot of hype. Like, I was really happy about the ending and I was so looking forward. And now book 3 is just kind of letting me down. Like, not letting me down, but I just want to feel like at the end of book 2 again. And I think we can.
Yeah.
But these chapters?
Yeah, it's a lot of
Nah.
just kind of stuff happening without any stakes.
On the other hand, like, for a curve of ecstaticness to grow, there has to be, like, it has to grow steadily.
What?
Yeah.
It has to start down there
We
so
have
it
to
can
start
grow.
low.
So you are a philosopher today.
But not in my questions.
Just in your answers.
Yeah.
Ah, deep shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think the events of the chapters were a bit boring to me. Like, I didn't really
Boring?
care. Yes.
I kind of like these chapters.
I'm sorry.
I have
And
to,
funnily enough, I'm also not confused by these chapters.
Wow.
maybe
you've
you
got it
have some
all.
answers for me.
you have the questions, Lea. I have the answers, and
Meike is there.
also
Meike
there.
has the looks.
Yeah. I'm wearing a cool hat.
That's true.
Never worn a hat before for a recording. Do I sound different? Can you hear my hat? This is my head.
It's beautiful.
Do you know what my first question word is in this chapter?
What for?
No.
What happened in the last episode?
No, that's no.
Why?
Okay, yeah, that's more important. No, not more important, but it has to go first. Yes, but I meant for the chapter actually.
Who?
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
gonna say. Yeah, who? Yeah, obvious.
But we have to do a recap first.
Yeah, go ahead. Do it quickly, and then we can get to the who.
Who?
Because I have a theory
We
for
are
the who.
in Spring Court. Highburn Royals are there. Dagdan and Brenner. They are inspecting the wall.
B&D.
And Jurian is
What I
also
call
there.
them.
Jurian is also there.
Yeah, B&D. That's pretty
And
cool.
it was the solstice, and Ianthe had a big ritual. But Feyre kind of hijacked the ritual to become the chosen one herself, to become chosen by the light.
Yeah, a lot of scheming.
Yeah, Feyre did a lot of scheming. She
Yeah,
was
and-
the only one left in the light, and Lucian fell to his knees and proclaimed, sort of with his actions, to be a knight for his queen.
Yeah.
And then they had a party, and she was like, I have to go to bed now. And then she pretended to have a nightmare and went over there to Lucian. And all the while she's listening with her mind powers. Oh, is he coming? He's coming. Oh, he's drawing nearer.
He being Tamlin.
Tamlin, her supposed
Lover.
partner.
What?
And then he interrupts them almost in flagranti, as he thinks. And she's like, ha ha, my schemes are working. And that's kind of the
Yeah.
end, right?
Yeah. So, in chapter 6, a set of keys to the estate's main gates has gone missing. Yes, you have a question, Lea?
Who?
That's a great question. My first...
Thanks.
So, my first thought was that it's obviously Feyre who stole
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
keys, because she's been such an unreliable narrator. Old Feyre, after stealing keys, would have said, "Oh, I stole some keys," but new Feyre is
Scheming
like...
Feyre.
Yeah, she's scheming Feyre. And even in this chapter, like it's breakfast, they're all there. And then she debates asking Jurian if he was the one to steal the keys. And she does not say, oh, I'm wondering if he stole the keys. But it read more like, oh, should I do the scheming now? Should I blame it on him?
Especially because, like, she drops this news in the first sentence, and then she's like, but it doesn't seem to bother anyone really. And so it's
Yeah,
like,
Tamlin's too
what?
preoccupied being angry about Lucian and Feyre supposedly hooking up.
But you're all sold on Feyre, definitely.
Yeah.
Because I was like, okay, I mean, I really can see it being Feyre, but I think I was wondering, were it the Highburn Royals? But then I was like, nah. And then I thought, oh, was it maybe Ezreal? Like, did he do a swooping mission? Ezreal. But he's kind of maybe still ouchie.
I hope so.
In ouchie
I mean,
mode.
huh? No. Hope he's doing great.
So I think our strongest contender is Feyre. Yes.
I have another contender. Mm-hmm. I vividly remember noting down another contender because I read something, but I forgot. Maybe we'll witness this as we go along.
If you noted it down, didn't you put it in your notes?
Yeah, but I don't know when in my notes. It might be way later.
Is the scene... Okay, maybe the scene
later,
happens.
yeah.
And then, okay, I
And
understand.
then later, while reading chapters, I picked up on a hint and I forgot.
Ooh,
So
okay.
maybe we will stumble upon that.
But
Okay.
you know, if Feyre has to steal the key, does that mean she does not possess any keys? She's supposed to be married soon to be Tamlin, I guess. To Peter.
Yes.
Because Tamlin can only truly love himself. She
He's
has to
like,
become Tamlin.
what's her name? Sue Sylvester from Glee,
What?
the cheerleading coach from Glee.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have
She's
not seen
marrying
Glee.
herself
What?
in an episode, yeah. Because she's like, I'm looking for love, but I can't find any. I'm the only one who can love me. I think that's the plot. I don't remember
Good for
really.
her.
Yeah.
Well,
So anyways,
she's supposed to be married, I guess, soon to Tamlin. And she does not possess... You know, her whole deal was she felt trapped inside of this house. She does not possess any keys.
maybe I see your point, but maybe she just stole them to stir shit up in a different way.
Oh, okay.
Maybe she stole them to sneak into Jurian's pocket or something, you know?
Okay.
Okay, I see it.
I did not think of the big picture. I was just searching for ways to get mad about Tamlin.
I have to say, I never
You
imagined.
will not run out of ways to get mad at Tamlin, don't worry.
I have to say, I've never imagined the mansion like a house that you would like lock the door to. Like
Yeah.
maybe there are magical ways to lock it, or I don't know. Like it's his kingdom. Nobody enters uninvited anyway.
When
so
she
I
said
don't know.
the keys to the estate, at first I thought it would be like the keys to like a big gate leading to the grounds of Springcourt Manor, or like, I don't know, like not Springcourt itself, but like the ruling part, like wherever Tamlin lives. But I feel like you could just fly over. You would not need one key to open one
but
gate.
there are wards.
Yes, but do you
presumably.
really think like to get into Springcourt you need a key
no.
to like you need to go through one gate? That would just feel so.
No.
Maybe
I don't
it's
know.
like a magical item that you don't really have
But
to like
doesn't she
lock a door.
talk about going through a gate when she's on the horse, half asleep, when Tamlin takes her to Springcourt for the very first time? Doesn't she mention
Right.
a gate?
And
Didn't
we thought this was the wall because we misread it.
Yeah, didn't we think it was like a garden gate?
Yeah.
Maybe it was like a grand entrance gate.
But don't you think there's a possibility that this key is like a magical object that you don't really like have to put it in the lock and turn it to open the
You have
gate?
to have it so
yeah,
you
you
can
have
go
to
through.
have it so you can pass it.
Yeah, okay.
And maybe she's like thinking ahead and like she's like, okay, I can't stay here forever. I also don't want to stay here forever, but for that possible future, I will keep these keys so that I can enter if necessary.
Yeah. I feel like we're putting way too many thoughts into these keys.
I think it's very important because it's dropped at the first sentence.
And then it doesn't come up in these chapters. Usually when something is dropped, it happens in like this chapter or the next chapter.
I
But
have
it
a
didn't.
meta theory.
Oh, boy.
God.
I think there was an editor who read a later scene and was like, Sarah, I need setup for this scene. It's never mentioned that she got these keys. Where do these keys come from? So she's like, where can I put it? Guess I'll drop it here. Enough is happening that you forget it immediately.
Okay.
I guess.
That's my theory.
Yeah.
My editing theory.
Okay,
Who's the editor for this book?
Lea. I don't know.
I should be.
Lea said, please put this in, Sarah. I'm gonna check it now.
When Lea was 18, she started a promising career as editor for Sarah J. Maas.
Would be kind of sick.
Yeah, what happened?
School.
I think it's Kat Onder. It doesn't say, like in the acknowledgements, it doesn't say she's my editor, but I feel like I've seen the name Kat Onder before. Maybe
Kat Onder.
she was the editor on the previous books, or she was an editor on the Throne of Glass books.
That's a dope name.
Maybe it's her cat.
Her cat.
It's named Cat Onder.
Her cat walked over her computer keyboard and wrote that sentence. A set of keys to the estate had gone missing. Meow meow.
Meow meow.
So it might or might not be Kat Onder. Kat Onder,
Yeah.
you're cool.
Shout
I
out.
guess.
Come on the pod.
You're probably not really a cat. So anyways,
If she was a cat, I would so happy to have her on the pod.
yeah.
Just
I think even more happy than if she was a person.
yeah.
If we could have a sentient editing cat.
It's like keyboard cat. Meme for this episode. Keyboard cat. Caption editor.
Kat Onder.
Editor of ACOWAR Cat Onder.
Meow meow. So anyways, because Sarah J. Maas is a great editor, cat or not, the scene progresses and Ianthe enters. And Ianthe is a little bitch. And she's like, Tamlin, my lord, my master, I have something important to discuss with you. And then she pretends to just notice the Hybern people at the breakfast table and is like, oh no, maybe we should discuss this in private because it's so important. And then Feyre does a boss move and is like, if we trust our allies to go to war with us, we can trust them with discretion. And then everyone agrees that she can just spill the beans there and then. And she reveals that there's a blight.
Another blight.
A
Is it
blight
Amarantha again?
She's back.
because the plants around her temple are dying.
Boo-hoo.
To which Brenna then says, maybe this is a matter for a gardener.
Brenna
so cool.
is really funny in these chapters.
Yeah.
I really like her.
But
You really like her after
no.
these chapters?
not,
After she spoiled or mutilated some people?
not like, but I enjoy her in a lot of moments. And then
Yeah.
I don't. I'm also annoyed. I like her, but
Yeah.
I'm annoyed.
Like,
I want her
this
to
was
go, but I
just
like
funny.
that she's here.
she
Yeah.
has this like kind of girlish quality. It has the sassiness that is fun, but on the other hand, it's like, okay, calm down.
I think sometimes she has like evil, mean girl
Yeah.
vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, but Ianthe is convinced that it's a blight upon the land, and she reads this as a sign that the Naga are rallying.
That was so weird.
Yeah.
That was quite random, and I do not know what to make of this.
No, it makes them sound so competent.
I make something of this. I think I know what we should make of this. I don't know if it's a theory. Maybe.
Okay, before we get to your theory,
Yes.
Feyre has the theory that she just kind of pretends something is wrong so she can miraculously fix the problem. Mm-hmm. But because Feyre says that here, I don't think that's it.
Yeah, I agree.
What's your take?
It's kind of along the same lines because Feyre is so dismissive of this whole blight thing. I think it's true that there are like plants dying and stuff, but I don't think it's the Naga, but a different third thing.
It's probably because Tamlin didn't fuck Ianthe. Lucian's fuck magic wasn't good enough.
His fire.
That's a good theory.
I like it.
Lucian just didn't perform well.
But it's like
Yeah,
he isn't the High Lord.
Yeah, maybe that's why it didn't work.
Could be.
That would
but
be so
then, like,
funny.
what is the remedy?
Tamlin needs to fuck Ianthe, I guess.
But can't he like fuck any maiden?
Maybe
like, she's not a
that's-
maiden.
She does not want to fix the problem, but she just ripped out some plants around the temple to then be like, my master, Kalanmai didn't work. We have to try again. But this time it's you and me.
That's so random.
Yeah.
Also, he wouldn't do it like with Ianthe. He would just do it with Feyre, right?
But she doesn't want to.
Yeah. Well.
But since we're in the realm of theories, I want to throw a little mini conspiracy at you. Mm-hmm. You ready?
Ready to catch.
This is a mini conspiracy corner.
Conspiracy.
Conspiracy!
Well, it's getting fun.
So they then talk about them going on a mission to the wall today to assess the second hole. And I'd like to read you a quote. Ianthe is like, "Oh, Tamlin, will you be joining them? Blah, blah, blah." She looked to me and Lucian, the assessment too lingering to be casual. A faint, low headache was already forming, made worse with every word out of her mouth. Ianthe is secretly a Daemati.
I see where you're coming from.
Because of the headache?
Yeah, because it's always a headache after Daemati powers, even later in these chapters.
But doesn't Feyre get headaches because she uses her Daemati powers?
I think so.
Yes. And I also do think that if Ianthe would have tried to Daemati Feyre, she totally would have noticed.
Yeah.
And wouldn't she have to Daemati Tamlin? To be like, Tamlin, you have to go, you have to go, you have to go.
I think what you're implying here is not that she's using her powers to like change someone's thoughts, but just to read them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I agree, it kind of could be like set up that there's actually Daemati stuff happening.
Everyone is a Daemati.
But I don't think it's Ianthe. I think if it were happening, I think it would be the twins.
Yeah, I just caught that quote.
Yeah.
And it was so suspicious.
Yeah.
I wanted to let you take part in my mind as if you are the Daemati.
Ooh,
and I'm your victim.
I feel so powerful.
Yeah, but throughout this all, Ianthe's point is that Tamlin should join them because out there in the woods, the Night Court monsters could attack at any chance to try and whisk Feyre away again. But I am glad to inform you that I just stumbled upon the note of who I think the key stealer is. Mm-hmm. The Key-Thief. Keif.
Keif the Key-Thief.
And I was just wondering why Ianthe wants to push Tamlin to go with them. And it's a several days camping trip. And then I thought maybe Ianthe wants him gone. So she can do some shenanigans with the keys she stole.
I like it. I like it.
So these are my two contenders, Feyre and Ianthe.
The schemy women.
Yeah, but I think
like it.
Feyre is maybe more likely.
Yeah, but I like the idea of Ianthe not just playing the game of trying to make Feyre sound suspicious, to be like, oh, Tamlin, maybe you should be careful about them. You should really be careful, but like playing her own game and trying to achieve something. But she would also be very obvious in trying to get Tamlin out of the house. Tamlin, you should really go. No, I think you should go. You should go. Please go now.
Yeah, but
now.
It doesn't matter. Tamlin is such a naive piece of garbage.
Well, Tamlin does not go. He lets
Yeah.
them go alone.
That's right. Maybe because he's trying. Because Feyre says like, bro, not this again. I'll be
And
fine.
She
Let me just
caresses
go.
his hand.
Oh,
I think. Or maybe his cheek. I don't remember.
Yeah, she touches him.
yeah.
That's probably what she thought inside. How funny would that be if, like, she didn't have her wall up and the twins would just read her minds while she's interacting with Tamlin, and the whole time she's like, "Oh, Tamlin, no, we're so in love, but I'm broken. But yeah, we're so in love." And they just read, "I hate him so much. I want to kill him."
All they see is
stinks.
mind vomit.
Just the emoji.
Well, staying with the topic of the Night Court monsters maybe attacking, Ianthe then suggests that Tamlin should return Rhys's family's wings as a peace offering.
I was shooketh. I
Why?
don't know. Yeah, I just didn't expect them to, like, come up this way again.
It's kind of random.
I kind of hoped the father would have gotten rid of them or something, that he wouldn't maybe not even remember them, but they're kind of present in his mind.
No,
Nah.
but Tamlin reveals that he burned them a long time ago. And Feyre senses some shame and remorse in his words. And I did not really get if that's a good thing that he burned them or if it's a very bad thing.
I thought maybe he did a ritual.
Ooh, what kind of ritual?
I don't know. I have really no foundation for this, but because Feyre is so like, oh, he looks ashamed. And I thought, well, why is he ashamed? Does he feel guilty because he burned them and didn't give them back? Or does he feel guilty because he used the wings for himself?
So when he said he burned them, I kind of thought it was maybe like, similar as how you burn the dead to say goodbye, and maybe he like did, like a nice burial ritual.
That's what I thought as well.
But I like your shady ritual theory way more.
Maybe he now can grow wings too. No, I don't think so.
I doubt it.
He's a shapeshifter.
He only has one form, right?
Yeah,
I think
his
so.
little elk monster thingy, that's his only form, right?
Such a random form. It's such an amalgamation.
Yeah.
I think this is set up for his character development. I think you brought it up the first time, Meike, that like he will develop to be on the good side again, but not be like completely redeemed, but just trying his best to be redeemed. And I think that he's showing guilt about what he did, or maybe what his father did. I think those are the first seeds for this.
And then he dies. Maybe. I was just thinking how redeem arcs usually go.
Yeah.
And they always die.
Yeah.
Or maybe they sacrifice themselves to
one
redeem
last
themselves.
heroic act.
And I think like then you don't have to be confronted with like dealing with this maybe
Yeah.
now redeemed person.
It's boring. A bit. I
Yeah,
think.
it would be kind of boring. He may live and maybe, I don't know, move into the woods.
I've got some more thoughts on this and where I think Tamlin's going, or where I don't know Tamlin is going, but let's talk about that later.
You know where Tamlin is not going? On the camping trip.
Ah.
That made me quite happy.
Yeah.
And Feyre is also glad that they go on this trip, because it's like 4 or 5 days away in nature to maybe think some stuff through, and that's happening now.
Well, they go camping under Tamlin's approval, but with his approval, his claws slide out again, embedding in the scar-flecked wood of his chair. It's just another sign of how not in control he is. And I
Yeah.
feel like in book 1, whenever his claws showed, it was already uncomfortable, but it was always a sign of, he's so emotional. And now it's just, bro, you're just untalented. Right?
Yeah, he's
I guess.
untalented, but not untalented.
I think it's interesting how that perspective shifted.
Yeah.
The beast is just so strong.
Well, I'm glad.
Dislike.
I'm glad that the beast does not come along. But fret not, the beast will still find ways to suck in the coming chapter. More on that later.
Go beast.
No, stay beast. So it's a 2-day ride, basically, to the hole. But they only need 1 day with the patented winnow walk technique. And Duck Dunk carries Brenna and Jurian because they both can't winnow.
That's such a funny picture. He's probably just taking their hands and then winnowing. But in my mind, he's like having one in each arm and just like going floop.
And then Feyre and Lucian both carry 1 sentry, respectively, who accompany them.
And
Which-
tent.
Means Lucian can
Yeah.
Whoa, right, I
Confirmation.
didn't even think about
The
that.
very
I was
first
just like,
confirmation
yeah, sure.
that Lucian does know how to winnow.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Helpful, I guess.
What a king. And because they have so much weight they need to carry, that means that the tents they carry are quite small, and Lucian and Feyre barely fit in shoulder to shoulder.
There was only 1 tent.
The tropes are troping again. I love it. But I think it's used for the right reason. She's like, ha, nice.
It's really funny.
Yeah.
But I think it's interesting here because I think it's set up to be like, Feyre and Lucian have like a little quiet moment themselves. But to achieve this moment, it says like, yeah, Jurian is going on a walk to, I don't know, gather his thoughts. And I was wondering, like, do you think that's just it? He just wants to gather his thoughts. He just needed to be out of the scene. Or do you think he has like a separate plan of his own that he has to enable or enact?
I honestly have no clue. I feel like either everyone has their own agenda.
Which would be the better writing, I think.
Right, because also, like, the way the team is made up, they all do not fit together. Like, they all come from different sides and do not really fit together and just fight for an unknown goal at this point. Like, they just want to destroy the wall. We don't know why. We don't know how. We just know they all do.
Yeah.
Like, except for Feyre. But she's playing along. And then, it would just make sense for all of them to have, like, a superior motive, maybe. Like, a unique motive for each of them. But also, it could just be... Jurian taking a walk because he has been dead for like 500 years and he's like, oh, I'm walking again. It's so nice. Which honestly, I also enjoy. Him just turning into a nature lover because he's been an eye and a finger for a millennia.
I just had a thought. Like, what is it? They arrive at the hole in the wall and then they camp, right?
I'm not sure if it's specified.
Or do they
Close to the
reach
hole.
the hole
Close to the
the
hole.
later day?
They are in whole proximity.
Because could it be that Jurian does a trek to the mortal lands?
Ooh.
Is that a possibility?
Could be.
It could be.
I think that would be interesting.
He wanted to see what his species is now doing.
Or maybe he has...
He talked to Thomas Mandry.
Yeah, maybe he has a contact of that. Do you think Thomas Mandry is like his descendant?
Oh boy.
What?
I hope not.
Is Jurian the woodcutter? And Thomas Mandry is the
He is a
woodcutter's
cutter, at
son?
least.
Maybe he's part of the Nolan family. Jurian
Jurian
Nolan.
Jurian Nolan.
I don't
Perhaps.
like it.
We don't know. But I would assume that Jurian's family is not from the island.
He's supposed to marry Elaine.
He's just cosplaying as some random mortal dude from time to time.
Yeah.
But for now, Lulu and Feifei do some conspiring in their way too small tent.
Sweet.
As she asks if there's any way to get out of this deal with Hybern. But Lucien, I don't know if I want to call him Lucien or Lucian.
I think a lot of people do pronounce him Lucien.
Yeah.
And I do not dislike it. I think it sounds cool.
I agree.
And very regal and, a bit high and mighty. Which,
A bit sharper.
yeah.
But Lucian just rolls off the tongue better.
Right, I feel like it's easier to just say Lucian.
Yeah. I'm
I
just
feel a
gonna
bit
switch
silly
around,
calling him
yeah.
Lucien, but I like it. I think in my mind I want to call him Lucien.
But you're just too lazy to do so.
Right.
Okay. So Lucien then says that the bargain is too clever and too thorough and that Tamlin would face severe consequences if it were to be broken, if he doesn't let Hybern's forces through. And it's very unclear, but apparently it will claim his own powers and maybe kill him.
Honestly, sounds very promising.
Yeah.
And I feel like, it's very dependent on the tone, and we don't get that from the book. But the way Feyre kind of asks follow-up questions, like these short follow-up questions, like, in what way? Will it kill him or something like that? It kind of almost sounds like, kill him?
Yeah.
Will it kill him? Huh? Will he die?
Which would be bad, since she's still trying to maintain her spy position.
Yeah, but only for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. No, next to Lucian. Like, if she would ask him that way, kind of obvious. But I kind of read it as, kill him?
But we know that bargains can be broken by someone powerful.
Yeah.
The last bargain that was broken by the King of Hybern, who probably wouldn't break this bargain now. But it made me wonder if maybe this is part of the plot now, if we have to either set Tamlin free of this bargain and make sure he can actually, like, legally switch sides without any repercussions coming from the bargain, or if we have to convince Tamlin at some point to sacrifice himself in a way by actively betraying the King of Hybern, even though he knows the bargain is still in place, and then maybe he doesn't die, but he actually loses his powers, and we have to deal with like a powerless Tamlin that is not used to being without his own unique magic.
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it.
I like this plot possibility, but I also like the plot possibility that I predicted. Because Lucien then says that he went to day court back in the day to try to break the Racine-Feyre bargain with help of the day court scholars. And maybe this is also a possibility for the plot that Lucian that Lucian and Feyre will like trek north to Daycourt together to try and break the bargain between Tamlin and Pascal.
Yeah, that's the same theory I had. I mean, we already spoke about the possibility of them trekking north together, and I think it would be a reasonable, or the kind of most reasonable direction for the plot to go right now, for them to, maybe even with Tamlin's approval, that he goes like, yeah, I agree with you now, let's try to break this bargain. And that they then trek to Daycourt. And
Yeah.
The tinkerer who made Lucian's eye, was that also at Daycourt
I
or
think so.
Dawncourt? Court.
I always confuse them.
Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna check. So, the scholars are in Daycourt, the Tinkerer is in Dawncourt, and the palace in Dawncourt is new on the map, and Dawncourt is also on the way to Daycourt.
Yeah. So I think there are two possibilities. Maybe we have like double plot shenanigans happening, and maybe the Night Court people are going to Day Court, and the Spring Court gang, meaning Feyre and Lucian, are going to Dawn Court, because one is each closer to their current position.
Also, it would be poetic to send night to day to bring light to the fight.
Damn.
Where did this come from?
I don't know.
MC
Mike is
Meike.
spitting bars. The other possibility I had in mind is that they meet up in either Dawn or Day Court. Probably Dawn, because there's a new place on the map. Yeah.
Yeah,
End
we'll see.
of possibility.
Thank you for your input.
I think before they get to like these deep plot-heavy conversations, some things happened that I really liked. One of them was like Lucian being like, "No, I can't get with you in this tent because you know how Tamlin is," and then Feyre is spitting some bars on herself, and she's like, "If you yield to him on every bit of paranoia and territorialism, you'll just make it worse." I was like, yes, she's finally saying it. But she always had to say, and what he really needs to hear.
Yeah.
Because this is not, like, he is pained by the way Tamlin is, and he's like, I can't do anything about it. And Feyre's like, no, you have to say no to him. He will never learn.
Yeah, I like these little moments when Feyre and Lucian talk about Tamlin, because I feel like it gives this relationship between Lucian and Tamlin more depth, maybe. Because I think I like that they are friends, and I like that Lucian is loyal to Tamlin, but we don't really see this friendship part of their relationship. We only see how Lucian is obedient to Tamlin, and how Tamlin is playing the I am your lord card whenever he does something or want Lucian to do something.
Yeah.
So I like it when they talk about Tamlin like people would actually talk about a friend who is in like a tough phase.
Yeah.
I think they used to be great friends when all was fine.
Yeah.
Before Amarantha, maybe.
But then Lucian says something where it's like, no, I'm not happy
Yes,
anymore.
I think I know what you mean.
Yeah. So should I just say it?
Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
because
Kill the mood.
Lucian has another theory why Tamlin's paranoia is so big. And it's because Feyre and Tamlin haven't slept together yet. And the way he phrases it kind of feels like, well, it's kind of your fault, because why don't you just sleep with him?
Yeah, he sounds like he's blaming Feyre for not having sex with Tamlin.
Yeah.
And that is just such a shitty thing to do.
Yeah.
I mean, Feyre is telling them that she was raped by Rysand.
Yeah.
She wasn't, but he doesn't know that. She's telling the victim of rape, hey, sleep with your boyfriend. He deserves it. What? Lucian, no!
Yep.
You were doing so well.
Disappointing, yes.
I was so mad.
Very disappointing. This gets 2 finger waggles of disappointment from each one of us. Yeah, that was pretty shitty of Lucian, but I think he might still be kind of redeemable as opposed to Tamlin. Like, this is the final nail in the coffin. But Lucian reveals that after Morrigan came to, well, from their perspective, take Feyre away from Springcourt Manor, Tamlin, the fun man that he is, then went on to publicly execute all the guards on duty that day.
This is what I meant. The book, this is what I meant. The book is really giving me mixed signals. Like, throughout the beginning of this book, I think you can kind of get the message that you are supposed to like get that Tamlin is trying, and that maybe Tamlin can be a better character if all the circumstances around him get better and Tamlin himself gets better, and you know, he can join the team once again and be a cool character. But then it tells me stories like this. He executed them publicly.
Especially think about these guards. Like, these are guys like Bronn and Hart.
Yeah.
They were confronted with the Morrigan. How dare you not protect my girl?
That's
You
so
know-
fucking insane.
Even like locking Feyre in can be explained by his really, really messed up mind after everything that happened,
Yeah.
after seeing Feyre die and after being like tormented mentally in Amarantha's court. I don't know. But killing these sentries, you cannot be like, sorry, I wasn't feeling well. Sorry, I didn't mean it. I was just very messed up. My girlfriend went missing. No, Tamlin, you can't just kill people. This is where I draw the line.
It's such a tyrant way. Like, I'm sad. Kill some people for my amusement.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the thing that happened because he did it himself and he had a reason in his mind. But like, that's basically what happened.
Tamlin. Oh, for fuck's
Lucian
sake.
tells the story so casually. He's like, well, yeah, he killed the sentries.
I mean, you've seen your room. He trashed it. And then he killed... Like, when I made my notes, I wrote down, he even killed the guards. And then I was like, no, he didn't just kill the guards. He executed them publicly.
What kind of surprises me is that Tamlin still has a following in Springcourt, because like the sentries that are with them right now on a camping trip are described to be like sons of some important lords. Like, presumably some of these guards as well.
Some lesser lords, yeah?
Yeah,
Not
so-
important
I'm sorry.
lords. Let's be clear here.
But still, they had family in
Yeah.
Springcourt, you know? And if you then maybe even get an invitation to be like, your son, let my girlfriend be taken Tuesday afternoon.
I have to say, like, you're saying, you're confused, like, what the book wants from you, if you're supposed to be ready for his road to redemption or not. But I think this is what the book is trying to do, is to build right now the lowest point that Tamlin could be in, or that our opinion of Tamlin could be, so that then there is room for it to get better. And I think it's made so drastically bad so that he does never cross that threshold of he is now redeemed. He can never like leave this I am in my redeeming phase now. He can only ever get to the point, like, I think like in some movies or series they say like, oh yeah, you always have to try and work on your redemption. Like, even if you think you can never be redeemed, that doesn't stop you from like trying to be. That sounded very Arnold Schwarzenegger. Trying to be.
You know how long my low point, in my opinion, for Tamlin now lasts? 58 episodes of this podcast. Because this is episode 59, and he was not in the first episode.
Awesome.
Yeah, so yeah, there's only... Well, I'm sitting here and saying there's only one way, and that's up. But I thought he was at the bottom for so fucking long, and he still keeps disappointing me.
There's also, as Brennan Lee Mulligan once said, you can also always go sideways. Just another shitty place.
Yeah, perhaps. Well, but on that beautiful note, Lucian and Feyre snuggle up quite tightly togetherly and are teased for that by the Highburn peeps, who are like, oh, we're going to kill Tamlin. And then my notes are pretty sparsely on that part. Maybe you can add more context, but it just says, and apparently Brenna fuck Lucian's dad.
Yeah.
There was the same thought. But
Or
let's
maybe
start-
one of his brothers.
Let's start at the beginning.
Or maybe all of them.
It's Jurian who opens the tent and is like, what are you doing here? Like, what a teenager is Jurian that he wakes them up by opening their tent uninvited.
Yeah. No manners. That man has
No.
no
Yeah,
manners.
just putting that out there. And then, yep, it's like they're teasing them, I think.
Brenna
because-
is so funny. She goes
Yeah.
like, well, I'd fuck Baron's son too.
Yeah, and that's the point. Like, the way she's naming his father rather than Lucian himself implies that she has a more intimate relationship or knows the father better than Lucian.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because probably she's old.
Yep.
But in the context it says, I agree, it seems like she kind of fucked his dad.
Yeah.
Right?
I guess in the war.
Which, thinking about them being on opposing sides,
Unpacking!
Maybe there was a peace treaty for Christmas or something, and then they just
Fucked.
kind of did it.
yeah, sure.
I
Yeah.
mean, if these are two people who really like warmongering, they're really into it. And then I think, opposing generals of armies, they can find each other pretty attractive.
But it did. I mean, I think that's the way you can interpret it. But to me, it kind of read like she kind of had several red-haired people.
At once.
Maybe at once.
I hope not.
Maybe
Oh my
at. I don't know. I don't really want to think too deep about it.
She just says she had a lot of fun during the war.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
her fun is very cruel.
Yeah.
Well, but apparently autumn boys have fire in them.
Fire, fire, fire.
Apparently not enough to fuel the lands.
Oh.
Sad. I mean, maybe it's not his prowess, but it's just because he's an autumn boy and he
Right.
cannot fuel the spring lands.
Yeah, maybe.
Autumn seeds are just not as strong as spring seeds.
I mean, it would explain why plants are dying, because that's just the thing. I mean, they're not dying in autumn, but like the leaves and stuff.
Yeah.
Because they used autumn magic, they accidentally autumned spring court.
That would be so funny. I mean, autumn court had to happen somehow.
I like it.
It would be so funny.
The,
It was
the iceberg grows.
I'm such a tradition boy, but because one time I didn't fuck a woman, and my autumn boy did it, now the whole country is changing.
Tamlin was right to stick to tradition.
I mean, maybe it's not bad, it's just different.
Well, the plants dying sounds kind of bad.
But it's perpetual autumn. Like, the autumn court people survive.
Because they import fruit from spring court.
Maybe they're just eating pumpkins and stuff.
Oh, that sounds kind of cute.
They're the pumpkin spice
Aww.
court.
Yeah, just cozy.
Good times.
Yeah. But no matter what the court looks like, spring or autumn, they arrive at the hole
Nice.
in the wall
Another hole
that
in the wall.
they were going to inspect.
Yes.
And, oh boy, do they inspect it.
Did you write down what actually happens?
Yes, I wanted to make a cool transition.
Very cool.
It didn't work.
Oh boy.
And as they inspect the hole, they suddenly do not only see a hole, but 3 pairs of eyes peeking from behind the hole.
That sounds so unhealthy.
And they are face to face with 3 children of the blessed, making their long-awaited return.
What were your first thoughts when you read that?
My first thoughts were, dum dum dum, because I didn't expect it.
My thought was, they are so dead.
Yeah.
It's described in the book how they hear some rustling, or I think they hear one of the twins unsheath their sword, so you hear someone is coming. And in my head, my first instinct was, Tamlin followed them anyway.
Oh.
But he didn't, and I'm glad about it.
Yeah. I don't know if these children are much better. They're kind of weird.
But I'm intrigued by what they put in motion, plot-wise.
Yeah. And, well, the first instinct of the children is to throw themselves at their feet, and they're like, "Ooh, mistresses and misters, masters, mister,
Hey, mister!
we come as tribute and want to live our days in the immortal lands." And B&D look as if they've just been served a second breakfast.
Guys, this is the reveal. Don't you see it?
They're hobbits.
Yes! They have some hobbit in there.
Great.
Yep. Good joke, thanks.
I applaud you.
Thanks. But I also think it's very interesting that these children of the blessed are specifically intrigued by Lucian's cruel beauty, because they're all high fae, and shouldn't they all be beautiful? But then I made an analysis myself. Do you have thoughts on your own, or would you like to hear my...
Well, he's
I
just
have
the
no
hottest.
thoughts. Yeah. And he's so cool and intriguing because he has a metal eye.
Okay, I recognize your thoughts. Here are my thoughts. So obviously, Feyre cannot describe the twins as beautiful because they're enemies and their enemies mustn't be beautiful. And then obviously she doesn't describe herself as beautiful because Feyre is modest and does not think she's beautiful.
The fair girl.
At least not in the way like, oh, someone is looking at me and finds me beautiful. And so the sentries are also there. I was thinking like, oh, Lucian's the only one left, but that's not really true. The sentries are there and they're also high fae, but they don't count because they're not royal and therefore not beautiful.
Yeah.
And so Lucian is the only one left.
Or maybe Lucian is just objectively the hottest.
Maybe the book confirms that here. That is also possible, yes.
Yeah. But
That
good analysis,
That changes my vibe of Lucian, I have to say. I don't like to accept that.
You didn't think he was hot,
No, I did think he was hot, but not like in a pretty boy hot.
but in a hot boy hot.
Yeah, more like a rugged hot boy hot on the verge to rodent man.
Yeah. Yeah. For humans, that's probably what sells.
Maybe.
Right? They look at the twins and are like, well, they look evil but pretty. Feyre is just a pretty girly girl, and the sentries are sentries.
They're
And
not
then-
royal. They're not hot.
Right.
So maybe all of the children of the blessed are just attracted to men, and that's why they don't recognize Feyre as
Yep.
hot.
So D&B want to invite them over to have their aforementioned second breakfast, but Feyre is not having it. And she lunges out with her Daimati powers, squeezes them through the hole, and then infiltrates their unwarded minds, little stupid human minds, and shows them basically the truth. She shows them images of the bog, the Naga, Claire, the Midgard worm, and, notably, the Golden Queen skewered on that lamppost. Which is funny, because that happened in Valaris. So she just showed them Valaris?
Well, Valaris is found out anyways.
Yeah, but not by the mortals.
Maybe she can, like, because it's a memory and that's kind of like a dream, she can make everything fuzzy around it and it's just a sharp lamp pole that is in
Maybe.
focus with the woman on top.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny. And then she also commands them, get as many friends as you can, spread the word, and then get on a boat and the fuck out of here, because this island is gonna be dead.
At this point, I was like, oh, maybe this is like where the human resistance starts.
Well, for now, it might be because the Kotbi, I always called them Kotbi,
Children of the Blessed.
Yeah.
Okay.
the Kotbi flee, and the sentence goes on in a musical way. The Kotbi flee. Feyre threatens D&B to not pursue them. End of the poetry.
Yeah.
Hey, that also rhymed.
And at that, Jurian actually thanks Feyre, where she's like, I don't know what you mean. But Jurian, I think he got it, because he's human after all. He's only human after all.
And put the blame on me.
Don't eat me for second breakfast. No.
Num num. I really like this because Jurian is protective over mortals. Hey, we get to know something about Jurian.
Yeah.
It gives him more depth. And no, not and. Unfortunately, I wrote down this gives him more depth. Yay!
Yeah.
But that makes his motive that much more pathetic because that implies that his only motive is get the girl that didn't want me.
No.
Well, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
I mean, that's what I gathered here. I think we're getting deeper later,
Yeah.
but that's what I gathered here at this moment.
I mean, we will get there now, because the next scene is
Right.
with Jurian, and somehow Feyre finds herself alone at the bonfire with the mad mortal man. And Jurian seems kind of interested in his kind and asks what usually happens to the children of the blessed who do make it through the wall. And Feyre doesn't really know, but she admits that during Amarantha's reign, a lot of beasts roamed the forest, so probably not far. But she also says that no Spring Court Fae ever, took them as tribute and then murdered them, which is nice. Jurian then recounts how badly humans were treated back then, and Feyre brings up the pretty valid point, why the fuck do you ally then with Hybern?
Yes.
The ones responsible for that. And he just says he has unfinished business.
Do you think his unfinished business is more than just getting his girl back?
I hope. I mean,
Don't know.
The way he talks about Miriam now doesn't really sound like he wants to get Miriam back as like a girlfriend, but more like to get back at Miriam.
I mean, he does speak of revenge.
Yes. Revenge on Drakon and Miriam.
Yeah, because he kind of gives us his side of the story, and he claims that Miriam encouraged him to fuck Clith.
There she is again.
Clithia for information, and that she then betrayed him with Drakon. Apparently, that's how Jurian perceived it.
Quote unquote, she left me.
Yeah.
At that point, I was like, he and Tamlin, they should form a club. The I am sad my girlfriend left club.
Yeah.
So now I have to kill people.
Honestly, the way he tells the story doesn't even make sense. Like, no one ever said Miriam left because he started a relationship with Clithia. Like, even if she was like, well, sure, go ahead and persuade Clithia to trust you and be your lover and tell you secrets, she could still leave him afterwards. She doesn't owe him to be with him. It doesn't have to be his betrayal.
Yeah.
She can decide to go even if he was not cheating.
Yeah.
What was the story, though, that Amarantha told to her court while she had him trapped? Was it that he betrayed Clithia?
Yeah, I think the story Amarantha told was actually the true story.
I mean,
I think so, yeah.
It fits with what he tells here.
Yeah, that he made Clithia believe him and then betrayed Clithia and caused Clithia's death.
Yeah.
Clithia. Doesn't get old.
Yeah, but that's where Jurian uses the word revenge. And we learn that he does not want to get Miriam back, to have his love back in his arms, but presumably to murder her. And Drakon.
So he was about to resurrect her to kill her? Or maybe it's another Tamlin thing where he's only angry at the guy.
Maybe it's... Well, he says he wants to get back at Miriam. He says something about the bitch, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
But I think maybe he actually thought Miriam died. And then he was like, I want to resurrect her. And then he found out that Miriam is actually living a happy life with another man while he was an eye and a finger.
Tragic.
Yeah. Sucks.
So maybe his like obsessive love turned into like obsessive hate.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. You know how he refers to Drakon? That quote-unquote winged bastard. Wings? What wings?
Wings?
Where are the wings? Where do the wings
I
come out
think
of?
there are two possibilities
What are the
here.
wings made of? Wings?
Love.
I also wrote down two possibilities.
Oi.
So I wrote down a question first.
Obviously.
Did we know Drakon was Illyrian?
No.
I think the answer is no.
I don't think so, no.
So that would be one possibility.
Yeah.
He's Illyrian. And so I think there's another possibility, and I feel like we might have the same idea, Lukas, right?
Dragons!
Do you think he shapeshifts
This
into a dragon?
dude is called
or-
Drakon.
He must be a dragon.
That is a good point, Meike. I thought he just has dragonish wings, but maybe he's the American dragon. And he shapeshifts.
Maybe he's like dragonborn. He has dragon ancestry, and they are the ancient beasts that we have alluded to a few times, but they are sleeping, but they have, like on that faraway island, they have spread their seed, and they are special people that have wings and are cool. And maybe even the Illyrians are kind of even an offshoot of that, and that's why they have wings and are special and have strong and magic.
It has to be dragons, somehow.
Yeah.
But I really, really like this talk between Feyre and Jurian, because I think at the end of book 2 of ACOWAR, we were a bit concerned that the villains are kind of one-dimensional. We were all kind of like, they don't really intrigue us yet. And so I like that Jurian is getting more depth.
I like it that he hasn't forgotten his human side.
Yeah.
Yeah, Feyre describes it as some lucidity shimmering through the madness sometimes.
Awesome.
Yeah, I agree. I like both revelations about Jurian. That he has some human compassion and that he wants to get revenge instead of love. Makes him more interesting.
And I think we get to know even more about Jurian's personality. While they're on the topic of revenge, he's like, didn't you ever want revenge? And she's about to say kind of like no, but then she's like, maybe on Rysand. And then Jurian reveals that he doesn't buy this whole act of Rysand of having this dark, evil, cruel mask at all, because he was always the one willing to sacrifice himself and his men and go against orders and do everything for his friends. And he says something along the lines of, someone like that doesn't change like on a dime.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's true. And I really like that he can see like through people that way. And like that gives him like a quality, like he has an ability. Like he's able to do shit. He's not just a shitty guy. And he's clever.
Yeah, he completely sees through her ruse.
Yeah.
Because he's like, maybe we didn't save you from Rysand. Maybe he unleashed you upon us.
Yeah. But I do think that also makes him dangerous, which he didn't seem before.
Yeah.
He just seemed kind of wacky.
Yeah. But I like that this connection between Rysand and Jurian now has a meaning. Because I feel like if you use characters that have known each other 500 years ago, it's easy to just breeze over that. And that's boring. But she actually uses it. She's like, Jurian and Rysand fought on the same side, and Jurian knows Rysand in a way that we kind of don't. Because we didn't know him during a war, and we honestly have only known him for like a few months. I don't know. A year? I don't know. So for him to be like, I know who he is and that he won't change in the way he presents himself to be.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Pretty cool.
I like it.
I
Me
just formed another question in my head. Do you think... Like we talked about the possibility.
Sorry, I made that joke before.
Like we talked about that possibility a lot now that Tamlin is supposed to be the one who tries to be redeemed. But I feel like in this conversation alone, I felt more for Jurian than I felt for Tamlin in 3 books.
Yeah.
And do you think there's a possibility that Jurian switches sides? Maybe because the war changes in a way that the humans are threatened in, I don't know, their way of life, their existence or something.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, sure.
And like he is a very skilled general. And I think that would be the better story than Tamlin trying to be redeemed.
Yeah.
Everyone will be redeemed. You will be redeemed and you will be redeemed. All come together, I will redeem you.
You know who might not be redeemed or transition?
Deine Mutter.
It's getting late.
Perhaps B&D?
B&D!
But why? Why wouldn't you think they would be redeemed?
They're such
so
nice people.
Because
funny.
the next morning, Lulu and Feifei wake up to a coppery tang in their noses, and they do a great thing to start the day right, and they find 3 mutilated corpses.
The children of the West!
Because
Awoken!
B&D did hunt down Cot B during the night and deliberately brought them back to the campsite to do unspeakable things to them, just so they can send a message to Feyre. Lucian then calls it, which I found great, an immortal temper tantrum. Because they've never been told no before.
Sounds like someone else I know.
Yeah, that's not nice. The children are dead.
Not nice.
So maybe they met some friends before they were killed and they passed along the message to the humans.
I don't think
but
so.
I doubt it.
I doubt it. Also interesting, the twins are nowhere to be seen right now. But who is seen is Jurian poking at the fire. And it almost broke my heart how indifferent he was to that. I think he was sad.
Yeah.
I think I'm starting to root for Jurian, which maybe I shouldn't. Because I think he's still quite shitty. But anyways.
Juju!
They talk about how are they supposed to like bury, not bury.
They turn you into a strawberry and I turn you into a raspberry.
They talk about how they maybe should bury the remains. And they talk about how like the twins have now sent a message, how powerful they are. and how this would then send a message that they would be willing to clean up their mess. And so Feyre's like, no, we have to send another message. But
And
we don't know what.
Yeah, that's where the chapter ends. Feyre is not happy because she wants them.
Do you think Lucien and Feyre would be able to take Brenna and Dagden?
Maybe Feyre, because she's so intense and intensely good, is maybe as good as one of the twins, but Lucien isn't as good as one of the twins.
But I mean, it would fit to her profile of being huntress, and that Lucien always did the hunting in book 1, that they now go on a hunt together for some twin action. Lol.
You know what we'll have to do?
Read on.
Yes, you're correct.
What we do best.
But before we can finish this episode to go on reading, we have some recommendations. Because it's time for...
Recommendation corner.
Does everyone have a recommendation? I kind of have a recommendation. I want to take a risk here.
Oh boy.
And I want to recommend something that does not exist yet. Because I am currently working on something. And because this episode will not drop for a couple of weeks, maybe this will be my deadline. So if I finish this, then future Lukas will pop in right now and tell you what it is and where you can find it. Hello, it's us from the future.
Hello.
Time travel.
And I am happy to announce that the risk I took was worth it.
Yeah.
And it's finished and it will drop today, August 11th, on all platforms. YouTube, Spotify, you name it. And it's called Strawberry Moon.
Deezer as well.
I think so. Deezer, yeah.
Because a lot of people are trying to get off Spotify.
Yeah, Tidal is also a good option to get off Spotify. And it's my first dabbling into, I want to say, cinematic ambience music.
Nice.
It's like a little EP of some synthy, vibey songs with no lyrics. It's all instrumental and you can listen to it when you want to relax. Maybe you want to read something. And I would like if you would check it out.
Please.
Please.
And you will find the link to it in the episode description. As always, when I recommend my own music, here's 1 second to convince you. Thank you. Will you guys listen to it, please?
Of course.
Yes.
Thanks.
It will come in my new inspo playlist.
I might listen to it while reading our new book club book.
What's this?
Nothing.
Spoiler.
Are you just dropping a hint in this segment that we are recording after the fact and that I would edit into this random episode? Nice.
Yup. Sick.
Strawberry Moon. Oh no, everywhere. Thank you. Back to the present times. Okay, I think Future Lukas is done. Now you have to say, wow, that sounds great. I'm gonna listen to it.
Oh, that sounds great.
I am intrigued.
Thank you for bringing that.
What?
I will check this out.
What are your recommendations?
So my recommendation is not necessarily a recommendation per se, but maybe an advisory nudge, because I borrowed a phrase that is quite known from a sports brand, and that is just do it.
What?
And as someone who tends to procrastinate a lot of stuff, sometimes you just need someone to go, just do it. Just do it now. And maybe you can use this to, I know some of you listeners are like right now procrastinating something out there. And I'm telling you, just do it right now. Make that appointment at the doctor's, make that phone call, fill out that form you've been putting off. And if only 1 or 2 of you guys do something that you've been putting off, then I'm already happy. Because I had some of that advisory nudge this weekend, and that was great. So just do it.
This episode is not sponsored.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna recommend something now.
Just do it, Mike.
My recommendation is a very chill one. And, the temperatures are pretty warm right now. It's summer and we're all sweating throughout the day. And you kind of, you put on your fan or your AC if you have one. You might notice I don't like ACs. Well, then you tend to not go outside because it's too hot outside, and then you sit inside all day, and that makes you angry, and then you're grumpy, and yeah. But I recommend a short walk around the dusk time, because that's when it's like just getting dark. Like the light is so special and kind of cool and soothing, and the temperatures are all right, and you might meet a cat you can say hello to, or not. You can listen to a podcast or music, or you can take a friend or your partner along and you have a little talk.
That's
and
great.
so you get fresh air, even though throughout the day it's just too hot.
And sometimes, depending on the weather, it's just the right air. It's crispy. It's cold, but not too cold.
I feel like in the last few weeks when it was really hot, I had these moments when I came home from work late and the sun was just setting right now, and I was like, I could just stay outside here forever. Sometimes I did, sometimes I didn't.
Maybe us three will take a dusk walk after this recording.
No, that's not dusk anymore. That's night.
But we should.
It counts. And while we take a dusk walk, you guys at home might want to check out our socials at Getting Fae'd Pod on Instagram and TikTok, where you will find some memes, some outtakes, some highlights, or fan cast pics, some good times.
And
Thank
more
you.
recommendations.
And more recommendations as well. Yes. Speaking of recommendations, we recommend that you recommend this podcast to a friend. That rhymed. Oh.
Nice. And with that, we will see you next time when we are
Getting Fae'd!